This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, I hope everyone can view my screen, guys. So today we are kind of moving to like day two of Cypress automations. Today we will see the real time how what all things are the prerequisites which is required, and how like the first setup which is required for Cypress, right? How to do that, and we'll run some few basic test cases in Cypress. After that, I'll jump to JavaScript basic, guys. So at the start, I'm just creating one, you can say high level detail, you can say like a project. The project will remain like throughout our practice part, like all the demo files and everything will remain on that particular project, and what all things are required from the prerequisite side. So we'll discuss about that. Okay. So as I mentioned everyone, the first thing what is required is like guys Node.js. Okay. So I would request everyone to, like, if you are let's say doing at the same time, you can try, that's not a problem. If let's say you want to try like not now, later on, that is also fine. So over the internet you can just write node.js download. Okay, so you will go to their official website. Okay, and you like whatever os you are using, and what exactly you want to use, whether it is nvm or something, you can use that. Or else if you want to download the source code, please click on the source code. You will be able to just need to click on this download node.js, guys. Okay, so once you download, you just need to run this particular file irrespective of windows, mac, linux, whichever os you are using. So once you do this setup, after that, in the terminal section, or let's say when it comes to this thing, in windows you need to write command prompt. In the terminal section, just write like node hyphen hyphen version, so you will be able to see the versions which is like installed in your machine. So I'm repeating the steps, guys. You just need to go to their official website. This is their official website. Okay, and over there you just need to click on source code. And once you click on source code, you will be able to see something like this node.js version 20.15. This is the latest version. Click on this, one file will get downloaded. Please run that particular file. Once you run that particular file, go to terminal, and in terminal just write node hyphen hyphen version. So the command to check the version is like node hyphen hyphen version, to check the version which is installed into your machine. Okay, so this command is common for both windows as well as mac. So you just need to download from this of their official website, and just run that particular folder or file. Once it is done, you just need to run this command node hyphen hyphen version, and you will be able to see 20.15.0. Okay, so anybody got any queries, any questions, feel free to kind of ask your doubts in between. Okay, second, what we need to do is we need to download vs code. Okay, we need to download vs code editor. Okay, so for downloading vs code editor over the internet, you can just write download vs code for windows, for mac, for whatever os you are using. You just need to go to
Because
their yeah.
because I have
Go
one
ahead.
question. Sorry to interrupt you in between. What I mean,
Yeah,
uh, may I know a little bit more about Node.js? What exactly, why we are downloading it, and what is the purpose for it?
yeah. So just to give you heads up, guys, the purpose of Node.js is, since our Cypress is completely built on, or let's say Cypress is supported only with two programming language. One is JS, right, and second is TypeScript, right. So the purpose of JS, like Node.js, is whatever dependencies we required, right, in terms of creating the framework. So that is actually present over the you can say node package manager. So if you guys are aware about selenium, in selenium we have something called as Maven. Okay, so Maven is handling something called as MVN repository, guys. Okay, so what is MVN repository? MVN repository is a centralized location where all the dependencies are being stored in the form of jar file. Okay, and those jar files will be kind of responsible, or let's say helpful for us in performing, you can say, various scenarios, whether it is, let's say, reading the txt file, downloading the file, uploading the file, all the scenarios which we will be going to see in our real time framework, whether it is reading the JSON file, whether you need to create, let's say, JSON path finder, all those scenarios, right? For that, you need to have the Node.js, which is a prerequisite. So in our this thing, Cypress, we will have something as Node Package Manager, guys. Okay. So when you go to their official website, guys, you will see that this is their official website, which is obviously having the support for Node, right? So that's the reason we are kind of downloading, or let's say having the prerequisite of installing Node, so that whatever or plugin inputs which we will be required, correct? Even Cypress, if you go to their Cypress official GitHub page, that also is using a lot of functionalities which are currently built under Node Package Manager, guys. Okay, so that's the reason we need the Node.js installations into your machine if you want to work with Cypress. That's the prerequisite which is very very mandatory, guys. Okay, even if you go to Cypress io to GitHub page of this Cypress.io. Okay, uh, so this is their official GitHub page, guys, on which you will be able to see. You can consider like Node module, wherein all the packages which are required for Cypress to work, right? All these are being supported under this, guys. Okay, so that's the reason we will require Node.js into our machine to work with Cypress. Did I answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So similarly, like in Selenium, we are having ambient repository. If you guys are using Selenium, so this is their official page, guys, for Maven repository. Wherein, if I want to work with, let's say, Apache POI library, right, which is basically for reading the data from Excel and writing the data from Excel. So you just need to search Apache POI. You will be able to get the result Apache POI common. You just need to copy this 4 lines of code into your pom.xml file, and you will be getting the respective jar file into your package and into your project. And after that, you can work with all the methods and class which are present inside your Apache POI library. Okay, similar to this, we have something called as Node Package Manager. So if there is any third party dependency which is required by us, guys, please remember that we will be kind of referring to Node Package Manager website, or you can say plugin part for this. Okay, so yeah, so in Cypress we will require the prerequisite like Node. Okay, Node.js installation. For Selenium, I hope I just gave one example of Maven, how we are referring to Maven in case of Selenium. Same thing is doing Node Package Manager, guys, NPM. Okay, please remember that. Moving to second thing, which is like very very important for us in terms of where we will write our code and everything. So you just need to go to their official page of I think I went download VS Code for Windows, Mac, whichever like OS you are using. Just go to their official page, guys. Okay, and here from this page, whatever you are using, guys, please click on the respective options, and once you do that, you will be able to see something like this icon. If not, please search it over in your start menu. You will be able to see something called as Visual Studio Code. Okay, so this is like one time activity, obviously, right? Once you are done, you don't need to kind of do any changes, any modifications. Once the download is done, you just need to run like why how we are running our other files, right? You just need to click next, and keep everything default, guys. No need of updating any of the path. Just keep the location as D drive, C drive as per your wish, and you are good to go. Okay, so these are the two things, guys, which are you can say we need to kind of perform before we can, let's say, get started with Cypress. Okay, so moving on to next part, like getting start with Cypress. So very simple, guys. Now what we need to do, once we have installed VS Code, right? So the first thing what we need to do, we just need to open the VS Code, guys. Okay, so make sure you are opening a fresh, you can say, workspace or fresh window. Okay, let me open a new window altogether so that it is kind of, you will see the same screen when you kind of download the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so VS Code is simple editor, guys. All the options are, you can consider, like here you will see file, edit, selection, view, go, run, terminal, Windows, help. On the left hand side, you will see the support for plugin. This is like how we can integrate our code with the source code management such as Git, Circle, CI. Correct. This is logic for search, and here you will see the Explorer, like how we have the package Explorer in case of Eclipse, guys. Okay, so you can close this welcome screen. Okay, over here you can create one altogether new folder if required. Okay, or else you can create a folder for your you can say workspace, and once you create a folder you can open that folder over here. Okay, both are fine, guys. Okay, whatever you think is easy for you, please do that same. Okay, so right now what I can do, I can go to my user like my directory. Okay, over there I can create one folder, and for under that folder I'll create our practice you can say Cypress project, and I'll open that particular folder from here. Okay, so here you can consider, let's say, open folder. You will see the path, guys. Okay, over here I can click on new folder, guys. Okay, so what I'm doing, guys, I'm just creating Cypress automation June 2024. Okay, I'm just giving the project name, or let's say folder name, as this Cypress automation June 2024. You can just click on create. One folder will get created, guys. Okay, what you need to do, just need to click on open, guys.
Excuse me, sorry to interrupt. Can you record this section because we are unable to record it?
Yeah, it is already getting recorded, don't worry on that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so once you do that, after that you just need to click on I trust the author, guys. Okay, so what we did, we created one folder, guys. Okay, now in this folder you see that there is nothing actually you can say nothing, no files are present into it. Okay, so usually what happens whenever we are let's say doing the Cypress installation for the first time, right? So you can go to terminal. Okay, please click on new terminal. Okay, so you will be in that particular folder, guys. No need of changing the path and everything. Okay, I'm repeating what I said. You just, once you created the project, okay, go to terminal, click on new terminal. Okay, you will be in that particular path where you have created the folder. Done. After that, what you need to do is you need to go to the official page of Cypress, guys. Okay, now I am not let's say talking anything like official webs. You can go to their official page. Okay, so here is the official page, guys. Okay, wherein you will see the
Hello, sir.
complete.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
go ahead,
didn't
please.
find the terminal, sir.
In VS Code,
Yes, sir.
you are using VS Code and you are not able to see this file, edit, selection, view, nothing.
No, no, I created the folder, and after
Mm-hmm.
then you say that no, go for the terminal. So this thing I didn't find that.
You should be able to see the option called terminal at the top in the in this ribbon, basically. Okay, if not, I'll guide you once we are kind of let's say completed the session. Okay, don't worry.
Okay.
So once we have navigated to terminal, guys, you just need to make sure that the you kind of have the two logic basically. Either you can kind of install the Cypress from this, okay, into your terminal, or second, you can download the Cypress latest version. Okay, so both are fine, guys. Whichever you think, let's say, easy for you, both are absolutely fine. So over here you can see that we are having npm install Cypress. Okay, very simple command. What you need to do is you need to run npm install Cypress. So this is their official page, guys, from where you can just refer high level documentation for installing the Cypress. Okay, so npm install Cypress, this is a command which we are going to work on. npm install Cypress. Sorry, my bad. I did a mistake. npm install Cypress. Okay, so once you do that, it will take couple of minutes, guys. Okay, once, because see, usually Cypress is whenever you are working with Cypress, guys, please make sure it will download the whole node module package, node module folder. It will take couple of minutes, and once it is done, your folder structure will get updated with the default views. Okay, meanwhile, let me kind of show you, let me copy this URL and put it in our documentation. This is the official page, official for downloading Cypress. So one more thing, guys, can anybody tell me whether once it is downloaded, will I be able to share my project? How is it? Anybody has idea?
Can you ask again? Sorry, like I didn't get your point.
Yeah, my question is like how we do in Selenium. In Selenium, we can straight away share the, you can say the whole, let's say, directory, or let's say folder, right? Whenever we are creating the project framework, anything, correct? So my question is in Cypress, let's say I created my project in Cypress automation June 2024, right? My question is, will I be able to share this project to you all right away, like over the Git repo or something? Is it possible? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know how to do it, but I think using Git, it's possible you can share the repository with us, and we can download that into our import that into our
In
Visual Studio.
or something, correct? So guys, please keep
Yeah.
in mind, whenever we are kind of sharing our code, please remember you will have something called as node module, guys. Okay, this node module will come under git ignore logic, because we are not updating or not changing anything with respect to you can say node module. Please remember that. Okay, so whatever changes we are doing or modifications we are doing, it will be purely inside our other files, other folders. We are not updating anything, you can say, inside our node module. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so whenever we are sharing our code, we will not share our node module folder. We will share only the code which is other than node module. Okay, so whoever is importing that particular code, they need to explicitly install Cypress again into the machine. Please remember, if you have
Uh,
installed, yeah.
because I have one question. Like for example, I was like trying to do some learning Cypress by myself. So I created
Hmm.
one project in this Visual Studio Code. So if I'm creating a new project, do I need to reinstall the Cypress again with the command line tool, or like
Yes,
we don't need to?
yes, we need to. The reason, the second reason is whatever node module you, I'm sorry, what was that? Okay, so what I'm saying
Go
is,
ahead, Vikas.
whatever node module you have created previously, right, while you were practicing, correct? Second option is you can copy the whole node module into the new project which you have created. Make sure the path and everything are same, and after that you can open the whole project into your VS Code and try to run the command of npx cypress open. Okay, if the versions and everything is, I mean, same, okay, you will be able to open the Cypress. Okay, you will able to open the Cypress runner. Please keep that in mind. Okay, but make sure this node module folder should be present into your Cypress actual project, guys. Okay, that is mandatory. If this is not present into your actual project, actual framework, you will not be able to practice anything, guys. Okay, you will not be able to write any of the code. Is it clear,
I have a
everyone?
question. I have a question.
Go ahead, please.
I already had npm installed in my system. So because when I wrote npm in the command line, I directly got that this is already installed. But I don't
Perfect.
have the npm module folder inside Cypress. So how do I go about with that?
So
Because
if you have npm,
it is sorry,
yes.
it is downloaded in program files under Node.js.
So you, when you are running this npm Cypress install, are you getting
Hmm.
any error or something?
I didn't execute this command now because I already had an npm installed.
That's okay. I'm not installing npm over here, guys. Please
Okay.
understand this. See,
Okay.
uh, I told you, right? What is the prerequisite for Cypress? The prerequisite is Node.js, correct? So NPM is basically, you can say, stand for Node Package Manager. Node Package Manager. Okay. So when you go to their official website, that's what I told, right? When you go to their official website, this is their official website, and if you search Cypress over here, you will be able to get Cypress and the you can say the command for installing the Cypress. Okay, please keep that in mind. Okay, so over here you will see something like npm install. This is also valid command, guys. Okay, this is also valid command. Okay, so all the dependencies or whatever you can consider, it is already available inside our official page, that is node package manager javascript.com. Please understand this. Okay, whatever plugin support which we will be installing, guys, please understand that we will be let's say you can consider downloading from node package manager only. Okay, so one more thing, it's not the only thing which is kind of you can use only npm. I hope you were seeing that we were having something called as yarn. Okay, there is something called as yarn also, guys. Okay, so those who are comfortable with yarn commands, they can, I mean, perform the operations using yarn command also. Those who are comfortable with, let's say, brew command. Okay, because in mac you have brew command, right? So you can use the brew command as well. Okay, but out of which the most popular and the most easier, or you can say very user friendly, you will consider node package manager. Okay, so that's the reason we will be let's say focusing on npm logic, like npm command. Okay. So I hope everyone are clear with the installation, and you just saw that the installation and everything is completed. So meanwhile, you see that total three things has been done. You see something called as package.json. You see something called as package.log.json, like package log.json, and you see something called as node module, guys. Okay, so these three folder, or you can say two files and one folder, will be seen whenever you kind of install Cypress. Okay, and the version, I hope everyone has seen the version which has it has installed is 13.12.0. Is it clear, everyone? Anybody has any doubt, any question? This is the only like this is the whole
Can you
logic of downloading and setting up the Cypress.
Hi Vikas, can
Vikas,
you hear
I have a
me?
question.
Uh, Go ahead, please.
So I have a Cypress installed with version 13.6.1. So how do I update it?
So one option is either you have the command of npm install and provide at the rate latest, so automatically the latest version which is currently available, it will get installed. Second option is you can open the Cypress runner. Okay, I'll show you now after like few minutes what is Cypress runner. Over there you will get one drop down, update Cypress. Okay, so
Okay.
if you click over there, automatically your package.json will get updated to the latest version, that is 13.12.0. Okay.
Okay. Noted.
Uh,
Thank you.
hi, hi Vikas. I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ask that after downloading Node.js, do we need to install or do anything or just download and keep it?
After. No, no, no. See, you need to run the whole file, right? How we do for other files, like, correct?
Okay.
So if you go
Okay.
to their official website, Node.js, okay, if you click on source code, once you click on this particular link, you will get a file, okay? In
Yeah.
Windows, if you getting a file, please go to that particular file, do the complete installation, okay? You will get the final message saying that Node.js has been successfully installed, something like that, right? Once that message popped up, after that go to terminal please, and over there you can just run this command called as node minus minus or hyphen hyphen version. Okay, is it clear?
If I have Node.js already installed before, do I need to install the latest version or anything like
Not
that?
required. Not required. About
Not
10.
required.
Yeah.
Okay. Any like for Cypress, we need to have the latest version, but any version of the Node.js is okay. Previously
Yes,
installed.
about 10, like about 10 whatever version you have, that will work absolutely fine. Okay, and if you want you can update the node version. That's absolutely fine.
Okay. And can you please write down I think, how to update the latest Cypress if it
Yes,
is already installed before?
yes, I will be.
Uh, because actually I have Node.js version 16.16.2, and for
Perfect.
Visual Studio I don't see the terminal. I see like file, edit, view, git, project, analyze,
Mhm.
tools, extensions, and windows. I don't see the
You
terminal.
not able to see terminal.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
The
over
view option has
over
terminal
here
inside.
you have something called as um, you will
Terminal is a header of the page. I find that.
There.
no, over here you will see terminal. Correct. You can click on that. View terminal. Third last option. So if you are not able to see the option terminal over here, please go to view, and you will
Yes,
Like
be able
it's
to see
I
terminal.
see.
Okay.
Hmm.
PM.
And once you open terminal, please
Because
make sure that the project path is correct, guys. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, please.
because I'm having one problem. Like when I run this command, uh, npm install Cypress, I'm getting an error, and I sent you in the chat. Can you
Mm-hmm.
please
Okay.
check that? I think
Sure,
it's
sure.
something related to the access kind of thing. I don't know. Like earlier, I did that. Everything was fine. I installed everything. I mean, now I created a new project. So
Mm-hmm. So see, if guys, one more thing, if there is issue with your like if you are using organization machine or something, so please make sure VPN or something is off. If there is logic of let's say,
I'm using. Yeah, I'm using my personal Mac. So I don't know
okay,
why it's
no,
happening.
I'll will connect after sessions. One session is complete.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
So what is
Uh, God, please. Someone was asking something.
the command? Can you just repeat it? Like I got the prompt, like the folder Cypress automation created when I opened the terminal. So what is the command to run it? To run the
Uh,
Cypress?
you mean to say to get the Cypress, like
Uh-huh,
install
uh-huh.
Cypress?
Yes.
And install Cypress. Okay, this is a command, or else you can run this command also, npm install hyphen hyphen save hyphen dev Cypress. Both are fine, guys. Okay, whichever you feel like, you can say, right, you can use.
Sir, what command to check that npm is installed correctly or not? Cypress is installed correctly or not?
So you mean to say if you want to check npm is installed or not?
No, Cypress.
Cypress is installed, like once you get this three folder right into your
Yeah.
actual project, you will be like you can see in package.json one Cypress attribute will be created with a value called 13.12. Or else you can see something like 13.6, whatever version you are having, right? That you will be able to.
Okay, sir. Yeah, I find that. Okay,
Okay.
sir. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody
Uh,
has
what,
anything?
yeah.
Yeah, Vikas.
What is the,
Vikas.
is there any difference? Sorry.
Reference link?
No, no. Is there any difference in the npm and the yarn command? Is
See,
there any
basically
basic difference or?
both are actually like you can say when you are using yarn command, guys. So it is kind of taking the repository logic from yarn actually. Okay. So you have something called as this is their official page. Okay, like over here, if you search for Cypress, you will get it. Getting my point? So Yarn is also managing Cypress. Node Package Manager is also managing Cypress. Okay. So whichever, like whatever you feel comfortable, right? So that's the reason. Like somebody are, let's say, someone are comfortable with Cypress, sorry, Yarn commands. Every like all the commands which are related with Yarn, right? So they might use Yarn for their project, complete end-to-end project. Okay. If your project is having a prerequisite saying that Yes, right? So at that time, we need to refer to node module only, node package manager only. We can't shift our logic into Yarn. So over here, if you search for Yarn, you will see the command for installations and everything. Same guys, nothing changed. So you will see same thing. After that, you will be able to run the Yarn command as well. Okay, so here you can see something called as $yarn add Cypress. So whichever you can, I mean, like let's say comfortable. Usually we have something called as brew command also. Okay, which is usually used inside Mac, right? So whichever is convenient, but 80% of the people are using package manager. The reason for that is because it is unlimited support.
Vikas.
Okay, let me check 1 second. I need to unmute. Someone is speaking.
Yes, Vikas.
Just yeah, go ahead, please.
Because in Cypress, sorry, in Visual Studio, we can in same workspace I can create multiple projects, right? In each project, if I will download Cypress npm, then it will work fine, right?
Yes, it will work fine.
Okay, thank you.
That's correct.
I have a question. That is, I have already Cypress downloaded from before. So whenever I am using this command of install Cypress, say for dev, it's not working and it's throwing me an error.
So if it
What?
is installed, right? I mean, if it is already installed, right?
But
You
I
can
get the
check
latest version.
over here, right? You can check the version, okay? And now I am showing you how you can install the latest version, okay? How we can install the latest version. Okay. So for that, guys, please understand the next command. I'm running something called as npx. Okay, this is purely for node package manager only. Npx cypress open. Okay, npx cypress open. And guys, one more thing, this is only one time activity. Like once you do that, some of the files will get updated over here. Okay, so click on this. Okay, it looks like it is the first time you are opening Cypress. This pop-up will pop up for you, and it will open a Cypress runner. Okay, and over here, everyone, those who wants to update the Cypress, guys, please click over here. Okay, and click on the latest version. I'm repeating what I said. Here you will see something called as drop down. Okay, click on that drop down and please click on update Cypress. Okay, it will get updated to the latest version. Okay, so whoever, let's say, wants to update Cypress to latest version, please you can consider this particular drop down. Okay, and you will be able to kind of update the Cypress to the latest version. Okay, moving to next, this is the first screen which you will see. And as you are all aware, with respect to theoretical knowledge, Cypress is being used by both, that is developer as well as QA. Okay, so component testing, which you consider, right, which is unit testing, which is usually done by the dev team. Okay, so they might create their own folders and everything. They might do the unit testing using this component test section usually. Okay, but as a QA, we are purely focused on one particular folder, that is E2E testing, guys. E2E testing. So click on this. This is click on this. Okay, now you see that total 4 files are getting added. One is cypress.config.js, second is cypress support slash e2e.js, end-to-end testing, like basically, and then we are having cypress support command.js, and after that we are having something called as cypress fixture example.json, guys. Cypress fixture example.json. Okay, so now over here this particular file will be applicable whoever is opening Cypress for the first time, guys. Please understand this. I'm repeating what I said just now. This will be like getting like visible whoever is opening Cypress for the first time. Okay, moving on. After that, please click on continue. Okay, once you do that, you will see the browsers, guys. Okay, this is the browsers page, like what all browser Cypress is currently supporting. Okay, now over here you see that it is showing Chrome, Edge, Electron is by default browser, and after that it is showing Firefox, guys. Okay, over here we are referring to the official doc. If you want to kind of refer to, let's say, some of the blogs which has already been written, so you can go to this particular sections. Everyone will have the access because these are publicly accessible, and over here you will get the syntax for writing your first test, how to organize your test, what is the folder structure, what are the best practice, how the API testing is done, what is cy.request, how to set up CI/CD logic, right? How to kind of run your test, let's say 5x, 10x time faster. What all changes you need to do at config level, cypress.config.js level, and over here you can see the user, guys. Okay, for you, if it is not visible, guys, you can just click on this icon and please click on sign in. Okay, you can use your personal Gmail address, okay, to get sign in. Okay, it's a one time activity. Once you do that, after that you don't need to perform this activity anymore. Okay, so this particular page is called as Cypress runner page, wherein we are selecting the browser on which you want to run your test. So in the backend or in the this thing, you will see Cypress folder got created, you will see cypress.config.js created, and these two were created previously, and we are not changing any of the folder, any of the names over here, guys. Okay, we are keeping this names, everything as it is. If required, we can add few more files, that's possible, but we are not updating anything which is default behavior of Cypress. Okay, now we are clicking on start E2E testing in Chrome. Okay, so what will happen, like you will see a URL, like the URL which is obviously part of example, like which is present in example, and you will be able to see this particular dashboard, guys. Okay, now to just give you overview again on this dashboard, you will see the name of the project, you will see specs. In Cypress, test case is usually referred as specs. Okay, if we usually called test case in our, like let's say if we are creating, let's say test case in Eclipse or let's say Selenium, right? We usually write a test at the end of all the test cases, right? So in Cypress, all those test cases we usually called as specs, SPECS. After that, you will be able to see the version which is currently installed, the browser which is kind of getting supported over here. Okay, and here you will see the list. Okay, now if you want to let's say have more browsers, you can do that. You can install them locally into machines. You will be able to see those browsers as well. And over here, right now, what I am doing is like I am just clicking on one logic scaffold example specs, guys. Okay, so you can consider this as like dummy test cases which will get generated into your E2E folder, guys. I'm repeating what I said just now. This will create some dummy test cases into your E2E folders which I have showed you previously. Okay, so meanwhile, anybody has any doubt, any queries, any questions, please unmute and speak up, guys, till this step.
What is the difference between create new spec and scaffold example spec? I did not get the like clear difference between these two.
See, spec, I said right, in Cypress, test case is specs. If we are saying 10 specs, you means to say that 10 test case you are talking about. Okay. And scaffold example specs means it will automatically generate new test case for practice purpose. Okay. If I want to practice some of the scenarios in Cypress, so Scaffold is a practice website which is created by Cypress guy, okay, where you have the URL and everything, and you can kind of practice little bit activity on, let's say, how to kind of work on drop down, how to do assertions. So some of the examples have been provided with the Scaffold example, okay. Or else if you want to kind of create your own let's say spec file, you can click on this. You will be able to create your own spec file. Okay, so we'll talk about this later, but right now I'm selecting something called as scaffold example specs. Yeah, go ahead. Anybody
So
has
So is
anything?
I have a
so
question.
is
Mm-hmm.
Yes, go
sorry,
ahead.
just a second. I still did not get. So just for like learning purpose, we are using scaffold or like
Just for learning purpose, our learning purpose.
okay. For example, if I want to start automate with my office project, so I have to go with the create new spec, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
You
okay,
don't need
cool.
to
Thank
work
you.
on
Bye bye.
this.
Yeah, yeah, okay, cool.
Sir, what command we wrote that in terminal to first time configure that Cypress?
Yeah, so the command for npx cypress open. Okay,
Uh,
npx cypress open, please remember this.
Vikas, I am getting an error whenever I am writing this command of npx cypress open.
Okay, we'll check, don't worry.
Okay.
So I'm having some
Um,
issues with the network and the proxy setting when I try to install Cypress in the Visual Studio. So should I use my personal laptop, because like I don't know whether I can get all this done from my team at work. So
Ideally, if there is some VPN or let's say proxy or let's say antivirus logic, right, if it is
uh
having at organization level,
mhm.
you might face that issue. But if it is having the open access to, let's say, you are able to kind of open all the URLs into your machine, then it should not show any with respect to installation. That's what I believe.
Okay, but I can work on the personal laptop with the scaffold, and then I can implement it here, right? Once I
That's obviously you can upload this over Git, and you can open that Git repo into your organization machine and start working on that. That's perfectly fine.
okay.
Yeah.
because I have
Mm.
downloaded this Node JS, but it is not recognized. The npm is not recognized as an internal or external command.
Mm-hmm.
Even I have made it in the environmental variable, but still,
You're facing issue. Okay.
yes.
Uh, um. Okay. So let me. Yeah. So we'll check that. Don't worry. Anybody else? Okay. I think everyone are.
Sir, once
So
again,
guys.
so the command I found the error.
So those who are facing error will see like screen sharing, and then we'll try to resolve, guys. Okay. Like whoever is
Sir,
kind of
once again,
facing.
so that command, sir.
Yeah.
npx
Yeah.
so Cypress open.
npx cypress open. This is like the first time you will be able to see some popped up window saying that you are opening Cypress for the first time. Okay. Moving on. I'm going through this folders, this options, guys. You see something called as specs. After that, you see something called as run, debug, setting. Okay, we'll touch base these options later on. Right now, I am kind of clicking on scaffold example specs. Okay, we will generate several example specs to help you or guide you in writing test case in Cypress. That's what it is saying. So once I click on this many files guys will get added into my project. Okay, so now if I click on OK, got it. So all this E2E guys, it will get added into my project. So now if I open my VS Code, if I go to Cypress, if I go to E2E, you will see that two folder got created, and under this two folder you have almost like multiple files which are obviously, you can say, the examples for Cypress guys. Is it clear everyone? So this is the actual folder structure you will see everywhere whenever someone is let's say working, or let's say saying that I am working on Cypress project. So this is the default folder structure. The modification, creating like child folder, those are the different part guys. Like if you have multiple modules or something, those you can create, that's okay. But yeah, the default behavior or default folder structure will look like this guys. Okay, now, to just to give you importance about this files guys, package.json will have all the dependencies which is going to come in future. Okay, package log.json will not get updated guys, it will remain same, and it is trying to read the value from the node modules which we have over here. Cypress.config.js will be something which is, let's say if you want to set up let's say if you want to kind of read the value from Excel, you need to provide some value over here. If you want the screenshot, you need to provide one value over here. If you want the videos, you need to provide one value over here. So it is just a kind of playing a role of configuration. So just to give you clear idea, if you want to set up, let's say base URL, right? So you just need to write base URL. If you want to, let's say, watch for file change, if there is any file change into your Cypress, and you want to you don't want to run Cypress again, right? So you just need to make this variable as false. So there are multiple variables, multiple you can say attribute which you can define inside cypress.config.js. So right now you might have not understood in detail, but slowly after like 3 or 4 sessions, you will have clear idea what this config file is doing exactly into your Cypress project. Okay, next is support, which is having command.js and e2e.js guys. Okay, so command.js is purely responsible for handling the customized command whenever you are kind of creating your own command guys. Okay, so you can consider a real time example. When you are working on a project, each time you will perform the login logic, right? Each time you will log in into the system. Okay, so for that what you will do, you will navigate to the URL. After that you will enter the username, you will enter the password. Okay, so these three steps will be repetitive into your hundreds of test cases, correct? So what Cypress command is saying, you can create one command over here for login. Okay, you can create one command for login. Okay, so the syntax is cypress.command.add, and you need to write the step inside this, so that whenever you want to, let's say, have the prerequisite of login screen, instead of writing those 4 to 5 steps, what you will do, you will directly call that particular command which you have created. So the name of the command will be login. So instead of writing the 4 steps every time into your multiple test cases, so what Cypress will say, that Cypress will say that instead of writing that, please use login method or login command which you have defined into your command.js. Is it clear everyone? I'll obviously talk about this folders and everything in later section. Right now just at high level, to make sure that you should be comfortable with all these files and folders which has been generated automatically once Cypress is installed successfully into your machine. Okay, and E2E is responsible for, you can consider, let's say if you have some import statement, right? What we have into our Selenium, such as java.util. Let's say hash map, whatever we are using, right? For that what you do, we write the import statement over here instead of writing inside our individual test case. That's what it is saying. You don't need to write inside your you can say individual test case you can write over here, so that it will be applicable for the test case which you are creating inside E to E, end to end. Okay. Anybody has idea like what is the current version of like JavaScript in terms of ES engine? Anybody has heard about what is ES engine? JavaScript ES engine. What is the current version of JavaScript in terms of ES engine? Because right now we will be kind of focusing on obviously JS language purely, right? So anybody heard about what is ES6?
Yes,
This is
6,
ES
right.
2014. Yeah, ES6 basically. So right now the current support and current you can say JS which is supported with Cypress is like having all the features which are part of ES6 guys. Okay, so ES6 has lot of changes which has came. Previously it was ES5 guys. Okay, so basically you can consider like ECMAScript basically, that's a full form basically for JS. Okay, and it is having obviously a lot of changes with respect to front end when it comes to like what are the changes has came with ES6. So at HTML level, at CSS level, at JavaScript level, at even TypeScript level. Okay, so ES6 is being used right now guys. Okay, so just to give you clear idea what ES6 is, I can go to their official page so that you will have like clear idea what ES6 is all about guys. Okay, so let me go to the official page of ES6. uh, so because we will be kind of focusing only on one language guys, that is ES6. Okay, so this is about ES6. This is obviously like having in detail like what changes has came with respect to all these functions. Okay, and what are the browser supports and everything guys. Okay, so what is this ES6 basically like whenever we have the Selenium version update, right? Now Selenium is having the version of let's say 4.8 or 4.9, right? So obviously there are some changes with respect to methods, folder structures and everything, right? So same is case with JS also, JavaScript also. Okay, so JavaScript is updated with ES6 and we are going to see all the features what is obviously supported by ES6 engine. Okay, JavaScript right now is let's say supported with ES6 engine. We will be obviously seeing in our basic examples of JavaScript what is ES6 and how changes are getting updated. Like in JavaScript you don't have any of the data type, right? You just have three you can say keywords such as let, where and const. Okay, so these are the keywords instead of like integer, float, double, short, byte, right, in Selenium. So we will discuss about that later on. But yes, just to give you overview, everybody are clear with folder structure. This is the default folder structure. And now one more thing guys, till the time you don't close your Cypress runner and the browser which has been opened through Cypress, this you will be able to see into your terminal part guys. Okay, this you will be able to see into your terminal section unless and until if you are not closing this two things. Okay, once you close that, automatically you will be able to see the terminal getting cleared. Okay, please keep in mind. So now I hope everyone are clear. Now over here we are talking about specs file. Okay, so I told you what is specs. In Cypress, specs are considered as test cases. Okay, so I'll load this again. Okay, and over here I'll just click on this. So you will see that whenever there is changes happening, you will see the when this change happen, what is the latest run, what is the duration, everything will be seen over here. So guys, you can run any of this file over here. These are the sample example which is provided by Cypress, but right now I am clicking on todo.cy.js. CY stands for Cypress, JS stands for JavaScript. Okay, but if you are working purely on JavaScript guys, you will see todo.js. Okay, you will not see CY, please remember that. Okay, so right now obviously this file has been created automatically. I'm clicking on this. you see that it started the browser, it automatically navigated to this URL, it performed this particular steps, guys. Okay, and all the steps are working fine, and we are able to see the UI as well, guys. Just to give you clear idea, this is the official website, guys. It's not the website kind of for Cypress. Like, this is a practice website. Obviously you will not be able to do a lot of change activity on this, but yes, just at high level to kind of you can say pay electric bill or search for anything, right? Over here you will see some commands, utility, Cypress API. Okay, so this is the official example, let's say official practice website which is provided by Cypress, guys. Okay, so just to give you clear idea, if you want to understand this file in detail, okay, you can kind of open this file in our editor. So obviously right now I will open this into our VS Code. So over here you will see example to do app, which is kind of showing up over here, and total 3 test case under that. And after that we are having with a checked task, under that we are having 3 test cases. Okay, so total 6 test cases. And you can see the name over here, like the descriptions of these test cases, you can consider this as the descriptions of this test cases. Now if you go little bit inside, you will be able to see each and every steps what exactly it is doing, guys. Okay, if you go inside this, you will be able to see each and every step what it is doing. Okay, we'll obviously talk about this in detail, guys, don't worry. But just at high level, to make sure that everyone are clear, so we are having certain commands which is already written in todo.cy.js, and those commands are getting executed. Okay, assertions, all the commands, right? You can see some DOM snapshot. Okay, so this is the sample file, or you can say sample test case which I have executed. I didn't do any coding, guys, till now. I'll just show you the code for the reference part. So this is the code, guys. You will see a lot of comments, and this is the code. We will not go in detail about this code. We will obviously create our own code, and later on we will refer this.
Does it
Anybody has
have examples for API as well?
no, not for API. For API, you can refer to this page, Cypress API, and over here you will be able to see some commands for API. Okay,
Okay.
so
For BDD also, it is not there, right?
no, BDD also you will have the external node package, you can say dependency, which you need to integrate into our framework.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so just to quick recap, guys, I know some of you are having some you can say setup issues, so we'll talk about that. So today we have spoke about Node.js installations. I hope everyone are able to kind of configure that. Then we spoke about what like VS Code editor, how to download and how to do the initial setup, how to create folder, and after creating a folder, what all command you need to write. Okay, so these are the two command which I have written. We are not focusing on yarn command and anything. For updating the Cypress, I have shown you via UI. Okay, how to do the like latest version via UI. Okay, you will have a drop down. Over that drop down, you can just click on update to latest. Okay, and after that I have ran this command called as npx cypress run, right? So we were able to kind of open the Cypress, right? So I hope everyone are clear with this setup steps. Anybody has any doubt, any questions, anything, please. We'll talk about this like if anyone is facing issue with setup and everything. But with respect to this, whatever we have covered, if anybody is having any issues, please feel free to ask your doubts.
Sir, I have just one basic question.
Go ahead.
First of all, I created that one folder in VS, and after that I started for Cypress. There is a four folders: specs, run, and debug setting. Then,
Perfect.
sir, what is the need of that created that folder in
Which one?
VS Code?
Which folder you are talking about?
New folder we are open na, in VS Code. There is a three package, yes sir, for this.
This
And
three
after
folder.
then, yes, and when I started for that first time that Cypress and there is a specs run debug setting.
Mm-hmm.
So where I have to write the code? In
Okay.
this folder, no sir?
So we need to write our code everything under E2E. Okay. So all whatever files we will write answer write inside E2E will be considered as our test cases. Okay. Please come like whatever changes we will do, we will have everything under E2E. Okay. So
Okay,
one thing guys, those who are having issues with setup and everything, you guys can stay on the this thing session, and those who are let's say comfortable with setup and everything, will stop here, will continue session from here tomorrow as well. So those who want to let's say stay in this call, well and good, because I am going to resolve the issues which you guys are facing with respect to installations and setup guys. Okay. uh, I hope that is fine with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you everyone, thank you so much. Yeah.